Welcome back. The special primary election for the county executive seat is just 1 month away. In the next coming weeks, CTV will bring you exclusive interviews with each of those candidates. And joining us in the studio today is candidate Tonya Sweat. Ms. Sweat, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So when you're entering this race, you don't have a whole lot of political experience, but what are some of the things that you would like to have enacted within your first 100 days as county executive if you were to win this race?
Look, I like that question. And I tell people I've been working in politics for a long time in my professional career. Whether it was the military or working in the civil service, I was working for politicians. I just worked behind the scenes. So in my first 120 days, some things I know we can get accomplished. One, we can make our government more transparent. That just takes a stroke of a pen. And requiring our agencies to publish their policies and procedures so that our residents know exactly how we operate. The other thing I'd love to do is to start working on saving the commanders. Their lease doesn't expire until 2027, so I think we still have time to fight to keep them here in Prince George's County, and I plan to begin working on that on day one because that's the easiest way to diversify our revenue and take the heat off of our homeowners when it comes to that heavy tax burden we have right now.
So let's talk a little bit about affordable housing. Right now in the county, we're seeing about $400,000 as a medium. What is your strategic plan when it comes to creating more affordable housing, if that's something that you plan on doing?
Absolutely. We have to create more affordable housing. And when we say affordable housing, that word is so subjective. What's affordable for me is not affordable for others. So I want to see us create more income-based housing. We have a large inventory right now of older homes. They need to be remodeled or revitalized. Some of them need to be brought up to code. There are ways that we can do that and make those homes livable for our elderly residents, our disabled residents who can't climb stairs. And right now we're building a lot of multi-level single-family homes, or we're building townhomes with stairs. And we need to focus on those individuals and families who don't want stairs. So we can, I believe, adapt and revitalize a lot of our older homes to accomplish what we need to do, and then that brings the price down because those homes are not going to be worth $400,000 or $500,000. And
right now, the county is in the midst of a budget deficit. We're seeing about $170 million budget shortfall. What would you say about you say that we need a financial audit as far as where the county can save money, but where would you consider saving or cutting some of that money in the budget?
Absolutely. One of the first things I want to look at in the budget is the stuff I call fluff and stuff. We call it discretionary spending in government terms. These are items that we don't need, that don't necessarily provide services to the community. Why are we spending money on them? Not to pick on the county council, but they've given me some pretty colorful bags over the years. Those bags are expensive. Those are things that we can cut back on. We don't need those marketing items at this moment in time because we need to close the gap in our budget until we can raise revenue. So it's those discretionary items that many would call wasteful spending, those would be the first things I look at cutting back on.
If you do become county executive, would you cut taxes for residents, or would you promise residents that their taxes won't go up?
Unfortunately, I don't get to decide on the tax rate and how much we charge in taxes. That's a legislative function. I would love to see the taxes go down. I can't promise that. But what I will promise our residents is this. I'm going to work my tail off to find other streams of revenue to help the county council relieve that tax burden over the time that I get to serve, no matter how long it is.
And right now, there's a lot of changes coming to the blueprint, and within the state, there's a lot of, budget cuts. How would you fight to keep, make sure that the money promised by the blueprint stays?
That's going to be a big fight, I know, because unfortunately, politicians tend to cut education first when money gets tight. And I hate that because our children need those appropriated dollars more than anybody else. We're educating them. And matter of fact, I just said last night, unless some of us plan to be county executive forever, we've got to educate the next generation to take these political jobs that we're running for right now. I'm not happy about the governor saying we need to put a pause on the blueprint because he's hurting the children of the state. Maryland's no longer in the top 10 in the nation when we look at our educational performance. and our academic standards. We won't improve that if we don't make the investment. So we have to do that. As tough as it may be, our children are worth it. I will work with the county council, the Board of Education, and our school superintendent, again, to find the money wherever I can to make sure our children get the best public education we can provide. And oh, by the way, we have children with special needs in this county that we should be servicing as of age 3. We have not been doing that. So again, if we cut education, if we roll back the blueprint for Maryland's future, where does that leave those children and their families? We have to serve all of our community, no matter how difficult it may be.
When it comes to economic development and bringing more, businesses into the county, do you have a strategic plan as far as bringing, more dollars into the county?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things we have to do is recruit those businesses. We can't just go to a trade show or a convention and hope that we can encourage business to come here. Generally, the businesses that you will get from those types of activities are fast food restaurants, convenience stores. When we want business that's really going to invest in our community, we've got to court them. So I'm talking big industry. For example, my family owns an RV. And we have a lot of RVs that travel up and down this beltway, from Canada all the way down to Florida. When we get our RV fixed, we do have a phenomenal repair shop in Virginia to do it. Once we've even had to drive our RV all the way out to Indiana to the manufacturer to get it fixed. I asked my husband, why can't we have that manufacturer build a repair shop right here in Prince George's County? Guess what? That'd be phenomenal, because those things are houses on wheels. We got electricians, we need plumbers, we need woodworkers, we need mechanics. They work all in one shop. So now you're creating jobs. You're bringing a business that is economically costly, because RVs are not cheap. And not only that, we'll get money from every state along the East Coast from people who own RVs and need the service because we're here. But in order to get the manufacturer to build that repair shop, I got to go to Indiana and court the manufacturer. I'm not going to meet that manufacturer at a trade show, not even at an RV show in Timonium. I'm going to have to go see them and tell them why Prince George's is a good place to build an extension of their business.
So right now, immigrants represent more than 21% of people in our state's workforce, and significantly higher labor participation rates. With everything happening right now within immigration policies, what are your thoughts about just making sure that immigrants have a place here in the county?
Well, for one, they have a place. Full stop, period. The county council made that clear years ago when we passed the ordinance saying we're not going to participate with ICE and enforcing immigration laws. So it's already been established that they're welcome here. We want them here. We want them to participate in our economy. If I had my way, if I had control, and I will advocate for this, I would love to see our federal Congress do something about our immigration laws, even if it's just giving immigrants a taxpayer ID so that they can work in the open and not be under the table collecting their money. That would make them feel more part of our community. It would make them less afraid to be in our community. And it would also demonstrate that they are productive tax-paying members of this community.
All right, Ms. Tonya Sweat, thanks so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me again.
Well, the special election will be held on March 4th, so make sure you tune in tomorrow as we introduce another candidate, Senator Alonzo Washington, only on CTV News.